What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Pam, and today I am giving you the first official garden tour of the 2021 growing season. I can't believe it is finally here. It is finally kicking off. I'm so sorry if it is super windy. So today I'm just going to give you a quick once over the yard and show you everything I have been working on for the last couple of months. I've probably been out here a good solid like 5 or 6 work days, just like from the beginning of the day all the way until I was so hungry I couldn't stand up anymore. And it doesn't look like a whole lot, and of course I haven't finished the greenhouse yet either, but I did have to get a bunch of stuff in the ground and do some cleanup and lay some beds down, so I'm going to show you that today and walk you through all the plants that are coming up right now, and we'll just have a nice time. And before we get started, I just want to say a quick thank you to Skillshare. They are once again sponsoring this video. Skillshare is an online learning community where millions come together to take the next step in their creative journey, with thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people on topics including illustration, design, photography, video, freelancing, and more. Recently, I have been getting into things like infusions and fermenting, and these are all going to be ways that I'm going to preserve the harvest of my garden this coming year. And of course, Skillshare has tons of videos on these topics, and I have been picking my way through them slowly, and I'm really enjoying the process of learning. Skillshare classes include a combination of video lessons and a class project, so a lot of times you're able to actually use the skills that you're learning and try it out and make sure that you understand it. A lot of the classes are under 60 minutes long with short lessons so that you can work it into pretty much any schedule. This week I'm going to be diving into Matthew Ivan's class on easy home fermenting, preserving vegetables with healthy probiotics. Something else I appreciate is that they have a recommended classes section, because sometimes I just don't know what I want to watch, and they pretty much hit the nail on the head on things that I'm interested in. If you're interested in checking out Skillshare, the first 1,000 people who click the link down below in my description box will get a free trial of Skillshare's premium membership. Skillshare is $10 a month with an annual subscription, so it is pretty affordable, and I'm just really grateful to be working with such an awesome company. So thank you once again, Skillshare, for sponsoring this channel, and let's get into the garden tour. Okay, my friends, hopefully it's not going to be too windy for this, but I wanted to get this done today in one fell swoop, no voiceovers, and get this up for you guys. So all of my random little daffodils are coming up. These were here before I was, so these were a very happy surprise when I started cleaning up the yard last year. This is my second year gardening in this space. I've lived here a long time, but I wasn't able to garden until recently. This is another found plant. It's a rose bush I've been cutting back for the last couple years, just trying to get it to come back to a healthy plant again, and it looks really good right now. We'll see if the aphids make short work of it like they did last year. More daffodils. And these grew out of this giant wood pile here that is probably home to multiple critters. Eventually I will be taking some of this down and chipping it, just to not encourage rats and whatnot to live here. But for now, that's where I throw everything when I cut it down. Okay, I'll give you a quick sweep of the yard. Looks a little shabby right now because of all the cardboard and jugs and pallets, but those will be cleaned up pretty soon. So everybody's wondering about the greenhouse. I have not finished it yet. Shame on me. It's probably too late to even use it for the things I was going to use it for, but that's okay. It will get done. It'll be there to extend the season in the fall, and I'm not really worried about it. I have all of my winter sowing milk jugs just kind of scattered around over here. This entire section of them has all sprouted. I'm not seeing as good of germination as I did the first year I did it. I did do things differently this year, so that's something I'll think about next year. But that also means that I'm not going to end up with way more plants than I need like I did last year. It is still also very early, so things could start really popping. See a good size hollyhock in there. Well, once again, the method works. Okay, I'll step in my little, essentially a high tunnel at the moment. Okay, so right here I just have some sweet peas that I haven't planted out yet. I did plant out the rest of the ones that I started. Try to block the wind. A beautiful cilantro plant that I have been eating off of here. A little rooted forsythia cutting right there. And then here are the remainder of the violas and pansies that I planted probably back in January now. I did plant some of those out, so you'll see those in a bit. I have some extra thyme and oregano back here. That is probably going to go in my little plant sale or whatever I'm going to do with the excess plants I end up with, because I actually have plenty of that. I have some onions back here. Look like they're getting a little too much water and not enough food, so I'm going to have to come and give them a little bit of fertilizer. Onions are pretty heavy feeders, so I'm not really surprised. So I have a little thermometer out here just so I have an idea of what the temp is. And then this is actually a thermometer that goes into my house so that I can read it on another screen in the house. I don't know why I'm blanking on what this is actually called, but that lets me know how cold it is out here. So if I need to run out and get plants, I can, although everything out here right now is cold hardy, so it's not really something I have to worry about at the moment. So here are all of my strawberries. I started from seed. They are also looking like they could use a little fertilizer. I'm actually going to be planting these out in a couple of days. We have maybe one more day of pretty cool weather, and then it's going to get warm again. I think we are past the danger of hard frost, but even so, I'm going to have these in containers so I can bring them inside if I need to. I also keep a frost blanket under here so I can throw it over the plants in here if need be. Right here I have a tray of celosia. These were the first ones that I planted. This is the flamingo feather, so yeah, I planted those in February. Okay, over here we've got a couple of the jugs that sprouted with larger plants, so I wanted to open them up and give them a chance to breathe. These are some poppies. These are amazing gray poppies. I'm very excited about these. And then right here I have some sculpit. How cute are they? I'm new to sculpit. I'm still learning about it, but it's an herb. A couple of these sweet peas are the window box variety, so they'll stay smaller. I'm going to put these in, well, in a window box. I was thinking about nailing one to the front of the greenhouse. And then I have a couple of Nimbus sweet peas right here. These are going to go in the front garden. All right, hopefully it's not raining too much. I'll show you the rest here. I am really loving our little violets, and the dandelions are coming up, and I may actually come out and harvest some because I would like to actually use them this year. How sweet are these? Okay, so here I'll show you something I have been working on. Birds have been building their nests out of my straw mulch for days now. So here is the first of the new beds that I put in. I had cardboard down over this area. It's actually still down underneath all of the Pro Mix and compost and straw. So I don't know if I'm doing this according to any proper method, but I kept cardboard down for a few months and it didn't really break down because there was nothing on top of it. So now I have piled, you know, a lot of soil and compost on top. And I'm hoping that that will break the cardboard down a little faster and that this bed will be ready in a month, maybe 6 weeks. Probably going to put tomatoes and peppers over here. Here's my ratty old bench from last year, and you can see all of the violets. Every day there's triple that there were the day before. Oh my god, they're gorgeous. I don't have a lot of the purple ones, just these white ones. They're so pretty. Take you through this back bed. Alright, so next to that cute little Johnny jump up, I have one of my lavender plants coming back. This right here is the Maximilian sunflower coming back. This is a native perennial that the birds absolutely went crazy for last year. I had so many beautiful birds in my yard because of this one plant. I mean, they liked other things too, but they really liked this one. Here is another lavender plant coming back. It looks like just something I picked up at the store. These actually I got 2 years ago, and they overwintered in my shed in pots, and then I planted them out last year. They actually get pretty shaded out by this plant here, so I need to move them. Of course, here comes the neighbor to watch me do things. Here is a variegated thyme plant. I picked this up a couple years ago too. This also overwintered in the shed, and I put it out last year. Oregano coming back in strong. Nice piece of styrofoam. Grew that myself. Actually, I didn't. I am not sure what that is, nor that. I have more bulbs coming up here. Also not too sure what those are. We will find out. Not good about writing those kind of things down. I'm getting better. So that lush, beautiful plant right there is one of 2 lovage plants. I started those last year as well, and these actually get to be like tree size. I didn't know that. So eventually that one might get pulled out, but we'll see. So my chive is looking lush. I have a rudbeckia here from Mike's parents that's coming back. That thyme patch needs to be hacked back pretty badly. I need to get out here and do that. So this whole space here is clean, and will have, annuals in it probably this year. There are some more bulbs coming up here. I think these are some kind of little thing that I just planted over the fall. You can see a wee animal trail in there. I think the bunny occasionally snoozes right there. Sadly, the baby bunnies I was babysitting, bunny sitting, one of them got eaten by a cat, and that was not fun to come outside to find. Been a rough few weeks. This is comfrey coming back. That is pretty much of that bed. This was a bunch of annual flowers last year. You can see I've got a heuchera coming back in right here. I love this plant. How pretty is that? She's beautiful. I have one in the back bed too. Ooh, I forgot the back bed. So this bed is always been a little neglected. Here are the foxglove from last year. I need to clean these up a little bit. These are just more daylilies. Poppies from last year. This is a steel bee. It's named after a MLM for some reason. I don't know why. There is also sweet woodruff spreading here. Here's another heuchera. This one seems to be having a little more trouble coming back than the other one. Pansies and lilies. Foxglove. Back here are the Mexican sunflowers. Those are coming back. I can't wait. They are going to be huge this year. So over here in the original raised bed, where oh my, oh, I hope that was Bunny making holes and not a cat. I have no idea if any rabbits. I mean, there's clearly some action going on over here every day because the hole changes, but I haven't laid eyes on any bunnies in a little while, besides the one that I had to bury. So right here is the garlic that I planted in the fall. I got this garlic from Fruition Seeds. I have some cages over it so the bunnies don't dig at it or anything. And besides the chives and onions from last year, I haven't planted anything else over here because, you know, it's currently being occupied. Just restrung the arches with new lights, so I will show you guys probably in the next vlog what those look like. These are some little smart pots that I planted up with these adorable honeybee violas. Pine tree. I got these from Pine Tree Garden Seeds, I believe. They're so cute. And then this is a different kind. This is Antique Shades. And then I have some Windsor sweet peas right here that will hopefully climb the trellis on this side and this side. Ooh, the sun came out. Oh my god. How gorgeous is that? That's the Antique Shades. So over here are a couple of blueberry bushes that I picked up. So I really need to come out here and, as much as it's going to hurt my heart, pull these little blooms off, because usually you need to let blueberry plants establish for a couple of seasons before you start harvesting. Oh, it's gonna kill me to do it though. Here are some second year perennials. I have Columbine and Sweet William over here. And I planted those last year. These were also milk jug plants, I believe. Clearly a bunch of stupid grass. So this is just your like standard yarrow right here. I found some sprouting bulbs in a bag in my hallway and planted them a few months ago. So those are coming up here in front of the cold frame that my dad made for me. And this is calendula that overwintered from last year. Here is a beautiful hyacinth. It smells so good. These are all radishes that overwintered from last year. I'm really excited about that. It looks like at least a couple of them are going to bulb up nice for me. I think I thought these were kale when they were just little seedlings, but no, they are radishes. There are little kales coming up from last year though. I seeded these in the fall last year and they never germinated before the frost, but it looks like they came up now. These are either bachelor's buttons or straw flowers. I can't remember which ones. I think these were bachelor buttons that were over here. So go love the volunteers from last year. I have these little anemones over here that I also planted last fall. So cute. I believe that's a tulip. And here is where I put the and these are the Bix variety of sweet peas. Another hyacinth coming in over there, and then I seeded alyssum, sweet alyssum, all along the edges of this, and it's also starting to come up, which is super awesome. I'm finally getting the hang of direct seeding. I usually didn't have too much luck with it. That's a cute little daffodil, more hyacinths with some plastic stuck in it. Awesome. This is chamomile over here from last year. Oh, the ground is warm, I can feel it. More bulbs and anemones, and this is my big patch of foxglove from last year. And then the other new bed that I put in was just an extension of this bed right here, so I did the same thing. I put the cardboard down, compost and soil on top of it, and the straw mulch on top of that to keep the moisture in. So very excited. That'll get planted in like 6 weeks or so. So those newer beds I'm going to put off planting until it's time to plant the tender annuals. I put this second arch in last fall, so I haven't actually grown on it yet. Well, it was last year, it was a tomato trellis. Okay, so over here, this is a bed that I direct seeded. This is like a Smart Pots 4x4 raised bed. Okay, so right here, I have some Chinese shower fruit radish coming up. See those coming in right there. Hopefully the buggies don't eat them all, because I didn't get as much germination on those as I did on the ones over here. Those are China rose radishes. And these are the sugar magnolia snap peas that are coming up. These are like a purple potted pea and they're so pretty. Super excited about that. So it's just like a random red lettuce that I had growing, so I stuck it in the bed. Got spinach growing all right here. This is my first time growing spinach, and it actually looks like the seedlings are gonna take this time, so haven't had much luck with that before. Then I learned that they don't like to grow for very long indoors because it's not cold enough, so that's why they were always flopping over. So as soon as I put them out here, they started growing better again. And I also have a bunch of bulb onions stuck in between these rows and some bunching onion over there. A couple Chinese cabbages here and there too. And then I direct seeded some carrots there and there, although I haven't seen any action on those yet. All right, so that is basically what's going on out here for right now. I have a ton of work coming that I need to do. I'm super excited to take you guys through this whole gardening season with me. Thank you for hanging out and checking out my garden. I will see you guys very soon. I have a ton of videos coming up for you, and of course, more garden tours.